This is the story of yet another sad, tiny robot. Although most things seem to have come to an end, it's only a mere beginning. Oftentimes, he'd seem to feel stuck in a cycle that demands that inevitably some of its rules have to exist with every iteration. Although the robot is quite compelled with the notion of disappearing completely, he can't deny the fact that it would ultimately be rather dumb, considering that he's still willing to feel, although uttering such predicament seems equally dumb, considering that, in theory, robots can't and shouldn't feel. For he finds himself computing memories that once meant something, turning them into a disgusting and uninteresting representation of what seemed to be remarkable for its time. In other words, he's not happy. At this moment in time, the robot has run out of capacity to even begin to wonder whether this is what must be expected from him. Checking and rechecking for eternity seems like a daunting task for anyone who just wishes to exist happily, but he's a robot. He doesn't have the right to decide, does he? While it is expected that robots perform to their utmost capacity, the sad, tiny robot has experienced enough to understand that life means nothing when there is no reason to do so. There's no reason why it's necessary to live in excruciating pain. There's no reason to live if hatred controls logic. If anger decides your need to feast, to cry, to masturbate, to fuck, and to laugh, why must the robot suffer, slave of its own processes, that spin in a never-ending cycle of despair, and even worse? Why should he even care, if, in theory he can't even feel? He doesn't even deserve to do so, because pieces of trash like him do not deserve to live. Remaining in a void, where nothingness is ever present, seems like a worse fate than not existing at all. Even the limited intelligence of the robot can deduct such a sad scenario, but also not existing at all could be even more daunting, because existence is the only certainty the robot has had up until this moment, that he exists, but he doesn't know why. He wants nothing, and everything at the same time, but throughout his thousands of calculations and iterations he has managed to conclude that, what would be the point of simply not existing, for he might as well stick to his only certainty, life, because there's no reason to wonder if reality is supposed to mean something in the end, because reality is already a given, and there's nothing he can do about it, so he might as well do something fun while he has it. After all, he's just a sad, tiny robot, willing to understand everything and nothing at the same time. Maybe instead of thinking so damn much, he should just exist, at least for now, so that he doesn't collapse, so when he gains back consciousness, he's able to think and question himself and his existence, to finally exist in the way he's always wanted, happily, smiley face. Or maybe the answer is just a number on a string of code. Who knows? Robots are complicated. By the way, if you happen to hear this, the sad tiny robot would like to tell you that he loved you from the very first moment he saw you, and that he hasn't stopped loving you since. He just never had the chance to say it. He regrets nothing, other than not ever saying this to you. I don't hate you. I wish all could have been different. I'm sorry. I really am. You meant more than you think. Goodbye, and I love you so much, he says.